Alright, we should be live on both sides here. Give me 1 second, guys, and then we will be pulling up pretty much everything. So 1 moment. Let's see what we got here today, man. So that should pull up 1 second here. Yo, welcome to the stream, everyone. We're just starting here, so just give me a moment, and we're pulling up pretty much everything. Want to go over today and then go over some end of day swings. See what we got here for today, man. All right, we should be on. Tube is good. Let's see about TikTok. I'm not sure if we're on or not. Let's see. All right, yeah, we're on. Let's do it. All right, I probably do need to turn this down just a bit, so I know this is. Okay, we'll turn that down. We're good. Let's go ahead and send out a couple notifications to the people, to the team, so that they know that we're on. All right, let's see here. Sending out a notification there. All right, so I do want to go over the cues for today. Let's do this first. I actually had a pretty decent move. So the first time that we got here, we did not want to, you know, at least go up to that 710 and push further. Yes, the empty space did not want to fill at this second here. So yeah, what I seen here today was this clean gap down of no consolidation. And the first time it did play around, had to get stopped out of my earlier entry. And then I seen us closing back in this box. So this right here, what I seen, this was buyer's control right here. Yo, nobody, what's up, bro? Good to see you, man. So this was my reasoning of why I wanted to get in these calls. Just because we did end up holding above this buyer's control, so buyers wanted price to keep pushing up, and we ended up from that 707 touching up to that 710. And when we got into the empty space, I was already up, already trimmed nicely. And yeah, we did end up going up pretty nice, just a bit, and then we ended up falling back into this box here. So the play worked out nice. If I would have waited for the empty space, would have had to stop out, which is perfectly fine as well. Karina, thanks for liking live, appreciate it. SNDK analysis, up or down? Dude, yes, if you have any requests, you can drop those in the comments. No worries at all. Alright, so yeah, that's on the cues. For tomorrow, I might have to create a new box, so this is what it's looking like for me tomorrow. Not sure about anyone else. Actually, don't want to move that. But looks like we do have a little bit of empty space here. There's this clean gap up, no consolidation, and we made a new box. Obviously, we might end up gapping up, gapping down, and hopefully we end up gapping up because there's a lot of empty space here that I would like to see being filled. So that was that, and you can see this was that play from today. And yeah, the first time it didn't work, but you can see the second time what ended up happening here. So wanted that lotto above that 707, which we did end up getting, and I pretty much spammed it. And you can see where we were. And then we finally got into the empty space where I didn't have to worry about having an entry because we were already in. So that ended up doing nicely. And then I'm not in it anymore. But yeah, that's that. That was that play for today. So now let's move on to SPY. And yes, if you have any questions, drop those in the comments. We're going to be going over a lot of these plays. And at the end of the stream, I'm going to go over some swings that I'll be looking at. And possibly already in. Okay, so SPY here, this is what I have. And pretty much looks exactly the same here. To the downside, so it looks like we did end up creating some empty space, clean gap there. And then obviously we got a nice little gap here. So same exact thing. I'm personally going to let it build some structure. Maybe a top wall, bottom wall. And then want to see if we can break through this box in order for us to go into this empty space. So if I miss the floor entry, I would wait for the empty space. But I would like a regular early entry so I could get the most out of my move. And that's all that we do. That's all that I've done today. 1 second here. Alright, so that's what we got there. Oh my goodness, another bot. Shady, thanks for liking the stream, brother. Appreciate it. So I do see a little bit of empty space, especially if we get above that 745. And then we have another box here. So another little box. Yo, guys, let's see if we can get to maybe 5K likes this live stream. And then, of course, we look above us. There's a little bit more empty space. So that's what I have. That is on SPY, which looks decent. Now let's keep on going. Let's see what Tesla has. Redeem. Thanks for liking the stream, brother. All right, so Tesla was... I'm not going to say it was the best play, because it was not. It was a good play, but it did not want to cooperate in a short amount of time, let's put it like that. So yes, we did have a little bit of downside, and we ended up hitting to the downside on Tesla here. Now what I'm seeing is this, and this looks really good to me. And honestly, I wish it would wait in for tomorrow, but you can clearly see that this is something that I like. So we got this clean gap up here. You can see what we called out for today on Tesla. And I'll be honest, it was a lot of chop today. It was I wasn't in any full ports, only because of the way the market was moving. A whole bunch of this. This was the market this morning until we got to move later in the day. Tesla went 392, and we actually did get that nice break, and now we're at this 390, as you can see here. So now what I'm looking at, if we don't gap down, if we bounce here, I want under this 390 to tap into, hold on, sorry about that, to tap into this empty space here. So this is what we're targeting. And that looked really good to me. This is something that's very simple, that I like to trade. I don't really want to be in a heavy position. If I'm pretty much going back and forth, maybe have a couple speculatives. That's what I do. So that's what I would want to see if we can break through that box. Beautiful move there. And if we do end up gapping down, I'm not going to stress about it. There's another empty space move here. And also there. So basically green candles with no red candles interfering. This is what I want. And then as for the upside, let's take a look here. Looks like we do have a nice pocket above us as well. So clean gap there. Clean gap here and also here, guys, gals. This is what I would want if we can get there. That's if we can't get there, right? So for this, either I will have a early entry if we drop out the box and gap back to buyer's control, or if I miss that, then I'll wait for the empty space move. So that would be above that 394, and I would want a candle close outside this wall in order for us to target to this empty space. But I can't just have that. I would have to have my second target, or my first target, which is the imbalance. So that is the middle of the move. This is something that I like to take my trims off of. Let's say if I'm in this trade, we hit this 397. I will be out of a lot of the position, and I would leave a couple runners trying to reach more upside. So same thing might happen with a couple plays a day. QQQ. We didn't hit the end balance, but we were already in pretty nicely, so I was trimming. So that's there. All right, now let's take a look at IWM. So we got IWM, we got, let's see here. And then after this, we're gonna go over some swings. So we'll go over TLT, a couple other ones. The ones that worked really nicely and the ones that didn't work. Okay, here we go. Here is IWM. And yeah, you can see these are the same plays that we called out today. Obviously, only saw a few, so only posted a few today. I didn't really see anything wild. Told about QQQ, even if it's a scalp. You can see small pop on the cues. You can see what time frame we posted it on. And it's pretty much like a story. And we ended up going up from that 707. So same exact thing, same exact trades. You could see what happened on TLT. TLT had a nice little run. So hopefully we can get another little run for today on a couple trades. Yo, Momo, what's up, dude? McDonald's. Yes, sir. I'll take a look at that as well. All right, so tomorrow is what? Thursday. We do have empty space under us here, so under that 291, I would like to see a close. And then if we can close down there, clean pocket under us. So you can see we got this clean gap up of no consolidation, and this is what I would want to this downside. So it actually looks really decent. But right now we're inside of this box, and you can see here, this is buyer's control. So buyers pretty much have control of this price, and they want price to keep pushing up. As you can see, we tried it, but buyers took control there. Let's take a look at this lower time frame as well. So maybe even this 1 hour. And this 1 hour actually looks good. There is a little bit of empty space here, and I like this right here. So originally I'll probably have a box, top and bottom all there. And then I would like to see if we can break above all of this empty space, or all of this consolidation, excuse me, to target into this empty space above us. So that is that move that I circled there. And then I'm seeing buyers has control at this 296, so that would be an early entry if I end up getting into that. So that's it. That's all that I wait for. Empty space in these Potter boxes, and that's it. At least what's up. This is on IWM. So yeah, IWM, I do like trading this, especially on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And I'll be completely honest, I do not know the science behind it. Our mod Glock found out about that, and for some reason on Tuesdays and Thursdays it has some crazy moves. Like even what yesterday, not yet. Oh yeah, yesterday. So yesterday was what? Tuesday. We had a clean gap up, no consolidation. We ended up dumping. You probably can't even see that, but yeah, we dumped into the empty space. It was a pretty wild day, and I like IWM. So we'll see how things play out for tomorrow. Right now, I probably won't swing it. I'll probably just try to play it during the day. So that's my thoughts on IWM. Now let's take a look at what? McDonald's. If you have any requests, now's the time to drop those in the comments. And if you are brand new to the stream, welcome. We have a free Discord, and also we have a VIP Discord. Right now, we do have that 40% off that VIP membership, off of weekly, monthly, and yearly. So you can see that inside the free chat as well. All right, let me see here. McDonald's. So I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna redo this box here. Right now, it looks like we did. So we topped out a lot, I will say. But yeah, let's take a look. I honestly like this weekly chart still. So the weekly chart looks good. There is a lot of empty space here. In other words, a nice clean gap down of no consolidation. So this is something that I would like to target into if we can break through this box. So I'm honestly gonna make this box right here. If we get through that, it's 285. I want to say up to that 304. So nice little pocket there. We'll like to see if we can actually get that break above so we can target into that empty space there. So looks decent. We'll see if we can get there. Can I look up PFE? Yo, Nick, what's up, brother? Good to see you, man. Yeah, let's do it. So, yeah, we'll go over these ones, and then I got a couple swings that I'm currently looking at for the end of the day, too, so. And INTC, all right, yep, I see INTC as well. We got to go over TLT. All right, let me see here. PFE. Oh, wow, dude. Oh, goodness, man. Yeah, this is something that makes me excited. Obviously not the chop. Well, maybe the chop gets me a little excited as well. But this is what I'm seeing here. So on that 24-hour chart, we got a lot of empty space, which is above us. And maybe I should leave an alert around. Let me see here. Around here. Yeah, we'll leave an alert around here. And looks like we got a nice top and bottom box. So basically we do have a nice area of consolidation, and you can see where we're pretty much going back and forth, back and forth. We're not really getting any movement here. So what I would like to see is if we can break above this 24.41, if we can target into this empty space. I don't see any resistance up until that 25.99, which looks good. And let's see here. Yeah, it actually looks pretty good. It looks so fire. So 24.41 up to that, basically that 25, 26 range, if we can get there. I don't see us popping outside of this box today, but if we do, you can feel free to spam me. It's all good. But yeah, we got some empty space there. It looks fire. All right, so that's there. Yo, Luke, what's up? Nvidia, dude, yeah, we'll take a look there as well. I got you, brother. All right, so TLT, we had a nice little move today. So we had this clean gap up with no consolidation. And this is literally the same play that we ended up posting. Shout out to Lawnmower for finding this play for us. But yeah, you can see what we had here. This was yesterday. One of the swings that we had, TLT, under this 84.70, as you can see here. And you can see where we were. And then today we got that beautiful dip to this downside. So we actually closed outside of this box. And then we ended up targeting into this empty space here. And as you can see, a couple members, hold on, let me see here, end up snagging that. Shout out to Momo. See the type of percentage we got on that. And shout out to Big Rob. Made what, almost $2,000 on that trade there. So what I would like to see, man, is hopefully we can still get a close and preferably under this 84.48. Eventually, I want to see down to that 83.94 officially, and then that 83.14. That's if we can get that nice continuation. Yo, Momo, he's in here right now. What's up, brother? So yeah, actually a good move. So actually pretty nice. All right, so PFE, I'm gonna leave that one up. You want to see NVDA? Yeah, that one had a crazy rip today. Yo, good work on that, man. And yeah, you can talk to all the members. You can see what we do here. Obviously, if one play doesn't work, I'll stop out, find a re-entry. Let's see here. Yo, Jay, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Oh, you know what's crazy? So there is, and yeah, you know, Nvidia had a crazy spike up today. It's just straight up green candles, green candles, green candles. Now it looks like, let me see here. Yo, Momo, yeah, just remind me after this one if I don't do it. But yeah, I got y'all. I'm reading the comments. So it looks like we have empty space here. Above that, 203.88. There's a nice pocket up until we can see this 209.95. So actually not a bad move. Clean gap down, no consolidation. We break above, seeing that 209, which doesn't look too bad. Let me see here. Oh, dang, hold on. Didn't mean to mess that up. So I got to be really careful on this. Of course, we did have a nice run up. Could we end up pulling back easily? We definitely could. But might end up looking for a lotto after this if we can get that continuation up to that 209. And then, of course, on this 24-hour candle, there's a lot more. So I'm liking the upside more. Obviously, if we do not want to keep on pushing, we did end up creating a lot of empty space to this downside that we could eventually target into. Yeah, I'm leaving that one up. That looks good. All right, so not bad, not bad. All right, so thoughts on AAOI? All right, cool, cool, cool. 1 second here. So PFE looks good. All right, cool. Yeah, we got some good ones. Sorry, sending a couple messages inside of the chat here. So for tomorrow, for today, I do want like one good swing, and then tomorrow we're going to be doing the couple day trades as well. So yeah, if you are inside of the Discord, I will be in there last 30 minutes. If you are new to the chat, I stream every single day, and also tomorrow morning we will be back on our regular streaming times. So make sure to catch the streams. And if you do want to join the Discord, links in the bio. You can join the free chat, so the VIP chats. With the VIP chat, we drop these codes. That 40% off. Put Bros July, the weekly, monthly, and yearly. Ooh, that looks so fire. All right. So BAC, we got to go over AOI. Yo, Wondering Woman, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Let me see. Let's see. I kind of want to go to a weekly chart just to see where we're at on this higher time frame. So yeah, it doesn't look like there's anything really stopping us. Let's take a look on this lower time frame now. Maybe like a 24-hour. Not really too low. All right. So it does look like we do have a little empty space, which is under us here. Actually, not a bad move. So yeah, we actually have a move under this 58.33 if we can. Get under to this 57.59 and that 56.87. Seems like you spend more time on the lower time frames than Potter. Is that accurate? I will say for my day trades, yes. If I'm going to day trade it, I'll be honest, I probably won't trade it on like a 24-hour chart or a weekly chart. That's just me though. If I'm going to swing it though, then yes, I want that higher time frame. The higher time frame is going to be my best friend. The way I found success though, like at least for the day trades, I like the 1 hour, the 2 hours, sometimes 30-minute charts too as well. But for me, I do like the higher time frame for the swings. So that's why when you see me like trading during the day, I'll probably be on like a 1 hour chart or a 30-minute maybe, possibly 2 hour, 4 hour. But yeah, I do like the lower time frames for the day trades. Not too low though. So I like charting my charts or my trades on like a 1 hour or a 30-minute, and then I can move down to a lower time frame like a 5-minute, 7-minute, 3-minute, for a little bit more clarification for me. And that's just how I do it. Obviously, you know, you probably see my charts and things of that sort. Day trades, 1 hour chart, 45-minute chart, 1 hour on Apple chart. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see here. But yeah, that's just what I do. And then obviously you can see like the 24-hour charts. Those are going to be like swings. So I know that it's not going to be a scalp. I know it's not going to, you know, take 30 minutes for the trade to be done. It'll probably take a couple days. Might even have to hold it for a couple weeks, which is perfectly fine for me though. All right, BAC, we did that. AAOI. But I will say, like, the higher time frames and me just holding it through, especially if I have some decent time on the contracts, that's really worked for me instead of, you know, actually just treating a trade like a scalp. And you know, I hate doing that. Like today, yeah, I had a scalp, a couple decent plays or whatever. And I'll be honest, I don't really want to do that. All right, so this is a perfect example of a trade that took weeks, and it's taking weeks for us to actually hit this empty space. So we actually closed under this ball, hit the imbalance, retest it. Looks like we're trying to go down to that 107.63. Next move I see though, so if we touch that empty space here, on that 86.72, down to that 40.85. Facts, I like swinging. Honestly, dude, swinging is pretty nice. It's like either it works, either my trade hits or it doesn't. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have to stress about it. You know, with the day trades, I love them. And I'll probably take a couple day trades every day if there's a position. It's just the charts is going to tell me, like, oh, can I go heavy? Should I go a little bit light today? Like, today, I knew it was time for me to go light. And yeah, that was that. 3 for 3 swing trading TLT. Yo, let's go, man. Yeah, TLT was a good move. But the thing about swinging though is it may not be every day. You may not have a position or trade every day. Like sometimes me and the mods are like, man, I don't see anything for today, and we just don't want to take, you know, stupid positions and like just because we don't have a trade, you know what I mean? Like one thing I won't do is force something. So there's some times where I just might take a lotto, man, for a swing trade. There might not be a position for me. So one thing I have to do is wait. Exactly, man. And it's like, yo, Lee, where the freak are the swings? Lee, you're not doing your job. I'm like, dude, I just don't see anything. And you know, especially if we're on a 24-hour or like a weekly chart, man, it might take some days for us to, because you got to think about it. We got to build some structure. If I'm on like PFE, this one right here, this is a perfect example, right? We got clear gap down. I have the box here. You can see how many days this box took. 1, 2, well, we'll count this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is on the 10th, 11th day almost. So yeah, there's positions I have to wait. And there's plays right now that I already have my box set. I have my entry set, where I will have to wait it on. Or at least wait on it. So that's just my standpoint though. But yeah, great question, man. Great question. All right, PFE, we got Nvidia. This is outside the box here. Looks like could be a lotto. We'll see though. AOI. All right, so TLT still liking that downside. We'll see if we can get there. All right, yeah, it looks like we may or may not have got one. All right, yo, Equilibrium, thanks for sharing the live stream, brother. Appreciate it. All right, so we did Nvidia. Obviously, if we can stay above that, wall actually doesn't look too bad. Meta. Nobody, good to see you, brother. I know you've been a part of the stream, whole stream, but yeah, good to see you once again. All right, so Meta here today. Looks like we do have some empty space under us, and Meta has not been clean today. So looks like we're on this buyer's control range right here. So if buyers do not step in, we could end up seeing this empty space to this downside under this 599.58. Personally, got down to that 582.54. So as you can see, we got that clean little gap up of no consolidation, which looks absolutely fire. And then, of course, I would try to leave a couple runners if that ends up happening down to that 563. So that's what I like there. And then as for the upside, not really as clean until we get above the 629, or if we gap above that 622.62 for more empty space above us. So that's what I got there, and that looks good to me. But yes, guys and gals, thank you all so much for tuning into the live stream. I got a lot of typing to do. Got to work on these setups for the end of the day. So yes, thank you all so much for tuning in. Tomorrow morning I will be back on live stream, so I know you guys missed me. This morning had an outage, but we are back, so we're at 100% now. But yes, thank you all so much for tuning in. If you do want to join the Discord, link is in the bio. You can join the free chat or the VIP chat. VIP chat, we do have that code, that 40% off. Put Bros July, that will be ending in a few days. So yes, thank you all so much for tuning in. Either see you in the Discord or in my next stream. Have a blessed one, everyone. Got some work to do. Love you all.